my brothers and sisters, welcome to my very first Pokemon Top 10, where I'll be showing you guys my opinions about what I think about the Pokemon world. And to open up our very first Top 10, it's going to be my Top 10 most favorite Pokemon. So let's go right in to number 10. Okay, so coming into number 10 slot, we have Spheal, the clap Pokemon, and it's on this list just because it's so adorable. I mean, I'm not kidding you guys. If Spheal wasn't adorable, he wouldn't even be on this list. I mean, really, a Pokemon reveal, I'd want to carry around Spheal in my arms like Togepi in the anime. But that's not going to happen because not only is Pokemon not real, but Spheal weighs 87 pounds. I'm not holding any Spheal anytime soon unless I want my back broken. I expected Spheal to be no bigger than this thing. And I don't even know what it is. Okay, well, that's kind of all that is it about Spheal, so let's go right into number 9. Okay, so coming in at number 9 slot, we have Empoleon, the Emperor Pokemon. Now, back when I first got Pokemon Diamond, which was, of course, before I had YouTube, the star Pokemon I decided to choose was Piplup, and I kind of completed Diamond with it. Like, back then, I didn't try completing games, and I didn't even make it to the 8th gym. But when Platinum came out, I actually traded Empoleon over to Platinum, where it helped me complete the game, and in said Platinum, he became level 100, and Empoleon's mainly on this list because he is my first level 100 Pokemon I legitimately got ever. So let's go to number 8 now, people. Okay, so coming into number 8 slot, we have Pichu, the tiny mouse Pokemon. Another Pokemon on here because it's just so cute and I love him so much. The shiny Pichu you will be seeing on the screen is actually the shiny Pichu from the Heart Gold Soul Silver Shiny Pichu event where you can get the spiky-eared Pichu. And because it was so cute, I could just never evolve it. I mean, really, it's just so cute, you can eat it right up. So after eating that yummy Pichu, I just want to talk about my 7th favorite Pokemon now. Gurdurr, the muscular Pokemon. Wait, you're asking why Gurdurr and not Conkeldurr or Timburr? Well, I'll tell you guys why. The Gurdurr you will be seeing on the screen right now is my first legitimately caught shiny Pokemon in the wild. That's right, the Gurdurr you're seeing right there I caught in Pokemon Y. It is my first legitimate shiny. And he's also on this list because if you look carefully at the way he holds that Gurdurr, it kind of looks like the way he's holding it makes it look like an eye. And that's what my name starts with. Come on, what's better than your first caught shiny holding the first letter of your name? What? I mean, a bunch of other things? Well, guess what? You're all stupid! In the number 6 corner, weighing in at 242.5 pounds, a Gen 5 grass steel type, it's Virathorn! That's right, people, Virathorn. He is my 6th favorite Pokemon. Because if you guys remember the extreme awesomeness he pulled in the X Wonderlock, I'm surprised. You guys would have to be stupid to figure out that I wouldn't love him. And also, guys, it's going to be some weird psychological stuff going on. But before Black and White came out, I had a weird dream. And I didn't know the Pokédex back then, but I had a weird dream where I saw a guy who looked kind of like N screaming Virathorn. And I know it's not Virathorn, but that's really close. I mean, that's just really creepy that I knew his existence before I even checked the Pokédex ever. And really, I was just so curious when I saw Ferocity in Black and White. I just had to catch it to figure out. But anyway, Virathorn, he'll always be shown good loyalty. And if the chances do come that I can catch him in ORAS, I'll definitely catch him in a heartbeat. Who remembers the Black and White 2 movies? Huh? Oh, you do? Okay, good. Well, who remembers the movie Timegate Travelers that you get to make? Come on, guys! Do you not know this? Well, okay, then I'll tell you guys. Timegate Travelers is where you play the role of a scientist who gets, teleported to a world ruled by bug-type Pokemon, and humans are the new Pokemon. And in that bug-type world, there is a ruler known as Ladian, which is also known as Ladian in our world. And Ladian is going to be my 5th favorite Pokemon. But wait, use the Reuniclus chain in that movie, not Ladian. Well, that's kind of easily explained. I mean, really, what seems more memorable? An evil antagonist bug-type Pokemon, or a Pokemon you get to use to battle an evil antagonist bug-type Pokemon? Well, the evil bug-type antagonist, but... Well, it's that simple, man. I like Ladian, not Reuniclus. Just go talk about number 4. Okay. Sheesh. People can be so difficult sometimes. There comes a time in every trainer's life where they have to choose Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. Well, I chose Bulbasaur, and he's number 4. He was the very first Pokemon I ever got, and I'll tell you when exactly I did get him. It was around when I was 3, and it was back when the Game Boy Advance was still a thing. And because my mind wasn't all that smart and stuff, I chose the Pokemon that looked most like the Pokemon on the box, which didn't end up being Bulbasaur. And I actually figured out how to not evolve Pokemon back then, so I kept Bulbasaur unevolved that entire time. And the Bulbasaur you will be seeing up on the screen is actually an egg laid from said Venusaur, which is now transferred to Y. Yeah, it was a really tedious process transferring a Bulbasaur from Leaf Green all the way to Pokemon Y. I had to dig out a regular DS I had, and then I had to transfer over, and then I had to go Pokebank, and it was just really hard. And then of course I evolved it into Venusaur before I could ever even think about doing this top 10. On the bright side though, my very first Pokemon is now Omega! And nothing more is set to be about Bulbasaur, my first Pokemon, and will always be by my side. Okay, and we're going into number 3 now, and it just happens to be Leafeon, the Verdant Pokemon. Now, Leafeon is the first Pokemon I actually fully EV trained up to its maximum of 512 EVs. Granted, though, they weren't properly split up. I just had a bunch of fun Pokemon on me and super training with it for like an entire day, and before I knew it, its EVs were maxed out. But even so, the Leafeon I have is extremely well-rounded, I guess. And it's just always been my favorite evolution. If it wasn't going to be Leafeon, probably Umbreon or Jolteon. I don't really like the other evolutions, especially Sylveon. Oh, I just hate Sylveon. But Leafeon is number 3. I actually wanted to hold off evolving Eevee in the X Wonderlock into Leafeon instead of Jolteon, but I needed the type coverage at the time, because all I got were a bunch of normal types, and I just needed something else. Even though Jolteon did end up being a good member, I like Leafeon just a tad bit more. So in the number 2 slot, it's Flygon, the Mystic Pokemon. He's on this list for reason 1, general awesomeness. Reason 2, typing. And reason 3, appearance. Okay, I'm just going to skip reason 1 just because it's enough said. And reason 2 is typing. I'm really sick of the overused dragon flying combo. And when I just prefer Flygon because of it levitate, he's immune to ground type moves anyway. And he gets stab to ground type moves, which is my favorite type. And going into Reason 3, appearance, he just looks amazing. He has perfect use of each shade of green, and the red is put in just the right places. The wings and over the eyes. Oh, it's just a shame he does not have a Mega yet for Oras. But to this day, there should be 6 days left until Oras comes out. So you never know, people. You never know. They give us a Delta episode and Deoxys is catchable. Why not give Flygon a Mega? You gave Altaria and Lopunny a Mega. Why not Flygon? Now we have entered number 1. The dramatic lighting is now needed. For my number 1 favorite Pokemon is Typhlosion, baby. That's right. You guys have to be really stupid not to figure out Typhlosion is not my favorite Pokemon, considering he is my channel icon and my channel wallpaper. And also, he does make his appearances in every intro I've had. I tried to find trainer pictures with Typhlosion in them for when you go into the dun 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 dun. You know that, huh? The catch parts. Okay, well, the reason I love Typhlosion is I do tend to pick fires, nowadays I've picked a few more fire starters when I play off of YouTube. And I really do not like the firefighting thing because it is overdone. We have 3 out of 6 of them are firefighting. And that being Blaziken, Emboar, and Infernape. There we go. And Typhlosion is the only fire starter to have never changed typing. He has stayed pure forever. And that's another thing I really like about him, that he just keeps it real the entire time. And back when I had Pokemon Heart Gold before I had YouTube, of course, I kept losing to Red all the time. It was a struggle just beating his second Pokemon. But when I finally did end up beating him, all I had left was Typhlosion, and all he had left was a Lapras. It was really challenging, and Typhlosion actually came through for me. And that's another thing I love about him. He's just really amazing. His special attack's amazing. His speed's amazing. He's also the first Pokemon I successfully EV trained in specific stats. Those stats being special attack and speed. And Typhlosion will just always hold a place in my heart. I doubt no one will ever replace him as my number 1 favorite Pokemon. Well, there you go, guys. I finally got a top 10 out for you guys, and you were able to see it. So now you have the privilege of seeing my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Now we know, and knowing's half the battle.